Hi, good day everyone. My name is Emmanuel Hadi, and this is another episode of Street Yarns. You already know. And today we'll be speaking a little bit on the very, very disturbing issues that we're having concerning the fuel scarcity and the constant spike. I won't say increase, the constant spike of the price per liter. We'll be talking about scarcity of funds around over Nigeria and the constant light issues. And with me today is Tomiloba Alani Ikodri, Mayor Crown, Akinlago Adeleye, and Ekundayo Akinwumi. So, carrying on from where we stopped, we've realized that fuel just keeps on increasing in this country. A fuel producing country. We are having a constant increase in price. I'm very sure we would have heard or seen about the way the boys in Benin started scattering every place and closing down filling station because of the price. We are still even having it nice in Lagos State. It's about 350 naira per liter right now. And places like Benin are having it as far as 800 per liter already. I'm beginning to wonder how much fuel we'll be needing in our lives now to make anything run. It's just alarming. Not to even then talk of the fact that you cannot even find enough money to now buy the fuel. You go to the filling station, they'll tell you no, their POS isn't working. You would have to go and get cash. You get to the bank tells you there's no money, there's no funds. And CBN is telling you from now on, all you can use is the new funds, the new currency. The old currencies are out of order, so you can't use all that. And it's not like both NEPA and the filling stations are working together, so there's no fuel, and NEPA also doesn't give you light, and there's no work to do. You're just frustrated, and Nigeria is now looking like a dead end. And now be wondering now, is this Japa option not a necessary thing by? Because it's no longer understanding to people how things are just moving in this country.
Yeah, but don't stop. You either pick one of the two. Either you jump out, you guys go to the street and fight. Fighting. See, I'm not saying we go fight like one-on-one combat. No, I'm saying I think a revolution started in 2021, but it was quenched at what's that place again? On your way to Lekki, Tollgate. Yeah, it was quenched there. I think we need that kind of vibe again, because we don't just take all this kind of thing, and we need it across the country. See, the youth, not just the youth, everybody need to come out and face this thing once. Because I think we are too quiet. We're too quiet as a nation and as a people. Because I don't understand why there's no fuel and there's no light. Okay, don't give us light. Let us provide light ourselves. Give us the fuel. Let us buy the fuel. There's still no fuel. In the midst of all this now, I have to choose which of the queue I want. Either I go and queue for money, I have to go and queue for fuel, or I have to go and queue for PVC. In just 1 month to election, I have to pick 3 queues. And you know the funny thing about the whole situation is that Nigerians were so foolish that the next problem that come, we just accept it.
Honestly, that come after that, do you know that the way Lexi conceptualized the issue now, it kind of made sense. It's like it's like picking a struggle. There are 3 queues, like the 3 great queues in Nigeria.
If another problem is to arise tomorrow now, we don't say okay, we pick it. Don't forget that there's still going to be an ultimate queue coming in front of us. The election queue. And you see the foolish ones, I'm sorry to say, collect rice and beans, Indomie and 5,000, and they still make that wrong choice for the dollar. And let me tell you something, like I know.
Bro,
if Atiku or Tinubu enters, forget, because they're going for 8 years.
Sure.
They're going for 8 years. Any of the two. If the two Peter B might just be shaking, maybe 4 years. The next 4 years not sure for him. But you can't throw, except maybe one of them quench for there. I don't want you to watch.
So you quench like Atupa, we finish.
So I think the youth, we need to, they need to be a breakout in that nation. They need to be a breakout in that nation. Like, let them know that we say, solely, we say we might go. See, there was a fear in 2021. There was a serious fear in 2021.
Yeah.
We can bring back. See, they don't do worse. Which way till they happen now? This one they are even doing now is even the work. You have to go and kill. And some people start us giving me 10 naira no, 20 naira no. What else is down that?
Yeah.
Honestly, when I hear the news and you see in the time leading to election, we're talking about fuel scarcity, no electricity. On top of that, fine, let's say the government, which I don't believe, but let's say the government does not have anything they can quickly do to ameliorate the issue of fuel scarcity or the price of fuel, or even the issue of electricity. They've been trying for so long. But then, why will you add more problems to people's worry by setting an unrealistic deadline for a currency turn in? I don't know why there's that urgency. Why are you adding that to people's stress right now?
See, Tommy, manual for you. The deadline don't even pay me reach past we Nigerians. Now we call it do ourselves. If we know so we can't face the government, make we face ourselves. Now imagine I need to buy, because new notes that's for the country, because I need to buy new notes. Those idiot POS people said I've decided to add more money to the note I need to pay. Normally I should collect 1,000 naira and pay you 100 naira, which is your commission. Now because of you guys now are trying to capitalize on the shortage of notes in circulation, you're not telling by the time we start to the mayor, no verse at the first tone at you. By the time we try to carry Paco, by the time we try to throw Paco for their head, we fight them. We come pour our anger to the bank. Come pour our anger. By the time we see, Baba, man, like for you. I'm sorry, I'm not promoting violence here, bro. By the time we shut one or two banks down, we shut filling station down. Nobody. See, I've not heard of one place being shut down. Instead, we don't go there and throw jerry cans and we go back home. Then tomorrow again, they give us the same bullshit. Fuel is going up by the day. How much are we earning? How much? Well, man, like, make an pick one struggle for that nation.
Honestly, look at the. I was on Instagram yesterday, and in the middle of the talk about scarcity of currency in circulation, there was a video I saw where at a party they were throwing bundle of this same currency that is scarce in circulation. And that is where we as people, we come in. Our own responsibility as people. How did those people get access to that amount of money that they can spend the way they want at the party? Whereas the people that wants to use their money for businesses, people that are on the streets that don't have so much money to even do business, you are scaring them with the possibility that the money that they have in their hands, that they have worked hard for, is going to become useless in a few days. It's hard enough to not have a job. It's hard enough to try to do business in an economy that is not forthcoming. At the end of all that, you now make 5K, 10K, 20K. And then the government suddenly changes the currency and tells you that money you just made has a deadline. You go to the bank. How many people, especially in a system where a lot of things rely on cash, how many people would now want to say they want to enter Danfo from Ojuelegba to Yaba and tell Danfo conductor, what's your account number? Let me transfer. Do you even have time to... The Danfo has not even stopped for you to come down. You have to come down while he's on the move. Is that the time you want to be asking for account number of Okada or Danfo? A lot of the businesses local businesses rely on cash. And obviously, they are not going to rely on just 100 naira, 50 naira, or those polymer notes. They rely on this 1,000 naira, 500 naira. A lot of people even want that denomination because it reduces the amount of money, notes they have to carry. Then you are telling these people that their money is going to expire, basically. most of the people that have this small businesses don't even have bank accounts. You even call it business. How many of this mama in Teddy Osho have bank accounts? Traders, small traders that sell pepper, that sell this. Traders. Exactly. It's almost like the government is just intentionally trying to make people hungry. And it is.
And when they make them angry, what do? They turn to Jesus to help them.
There's this thing that my lecturer told me in Unilag. I don't know if he heard it from somewhere too. He said, on Monday when you get to your workplace, you get hungry. Your boss insults you. You are hungry. You are vexed. On Tuesday, policeman will slap you on the road. On Wednesday, soldier will beat you. On Thursday, conductor will insult you. On Friday, by Friday, you are so angry. You are ready to explode. Saturday, you are still trying to make you gather your feelings. By the time you get to church on Sunday or your mosque or wherever, your pastor will tell you, your reward is in heaven. Calm down. Then you forget everything again. And you start the same cycle on Monday. Basically, what that means is that in Nigeria, because of our faith, which is good for us to be Christians, to have faith, I think that is what we always used to assume, that we shouldn't revolt or we shouldn't question the government or we don't have the right to ask for change. Christian doesn't mean that you must take things like this or you're a Muslim or whatever. It's not reflective of your religion that government is bad and you don't see anything. You should be able to say, okay, fine. Nobody wants violence. Nobody wants let's go somewhere and go and bomb filling station. No, but at the same time, we should try our best to make our voices heard. Because honestly, it doesn't make sense. You get home from work. As usual, you don't even expect to meet electricity. Of course, PHCN is PHCN. And then, small money that you don't gather after you don't hustle. You won't buy fuel for your own generator again.
You are providing your own self life.
Exactly.
You are providing your own self life.
The point is not even expensive.
Oh my goodness.
So, not expensive, small.
Exactly. The money you have also your own sweat again. You can't even buy fuel to blow fan on your head.
Imagine. Actually, I think there are so many.
You can't luckily see filling station we get fuel. Money no day to pay. Because your bank said you don't even buy. You don't pay to transfer. You don't pay to transfer. Cash no day to pay.
Yes, they know they collect transfer. POS know they work. You go gas free cash.
No day.
The very rampant thing now is you go reach filling station. Filling station go dey locked. But you go see black market outside. They call you bros. 5 liters a day.
How did those guys get the fuel?
I mentioned something earlier about POS people. We need to go and tackle them. Now, these are other people we need to tackle. Now, there's no fuel, but there's fuel at those people selling at black market, and they stand right in front of the filling station.
Exactly.
Why are we allowing that? I think we allow so many things, from the government down to the people. We the people say, now we be the first people supposed to tackle.
You know what? Toby said.
The thing be say.
Toby said something earlier that about religion and stuff. Sometimes it always seems like as if I'm talking about religion, but I think Nigerians also have that mentality of capitalizing on the system's failure and turning it and monetizing everything and using even at an outrageous manner. Because if somebody that is doing POS or a fuel attendant wants to talk now, they'll say, God don't bless me. Because when you get to the filling station, you're trying to buy fuel. If you want to buy it in a jerry can or something, they will say they want to collect money for the keg. You can imagine.
500 naira.
Some of them are even now selling it, even at an outrageous price.
Back to one of our podcasts. Back to one of our podcasts we did. I remember saying Okay, let that speak to me. That you can continue.
After everything now, they will still come back and say, it's God that is finding a way to bless me. Our mentality in this country is like people, yes, now it's fact now. They will say, thank God, if not for
thank God I was able to cheat other people.
I was able to cheat other people.
Exactly. If a Christian does something wrong, he go talking at grace.
So guys, back to one of our podcasts we did recently. I can remember telling you that our problem is not, most times, it's not even the government. It is we Gongo that is the problem. You understand? Because Dayo just cited another example. I've given 2 examples before now. And the issue is, see, if we can tackle ourselves, but on what they do wrong, don't they capitalize on what they happen for market, can they affect us? Because you are affecting me. Even you the way they try to extort me, it will affect you because that's the money where they make. You said, won't go buy fuel.
What goes around now? Yeah.
Yes, I know. So by the time
now,
we even
the thing is that okay, sorry to cut him. The issue now, okay, now we're talking about POS. We're also talking about fuel scarcity. I remember which day last week was it not Friday? I took Jerry Can to the filling station just to go get fuel. I wanted to buy fuel worth 6,500 naira. And the next thing, the fuel attendant just sold 6,000 naira fuel for me. And collected, okay, you sold 6,000 naira fuel for me. Okay, I wanted to remove the 500 naira. He said, no, it's 6,500, I'm still going to give him. What does that imply? That 500 naira is for the charges because I'm buying into the keg.
You can imagine.
I'm on this thing, and I'm buying this fuel at the rate of 300 naira per liter, and you are still charging me 500 naira for.
It's even cheap.
Okay, it's even cheap, Abi. Okay, I hear some places they sell for 350, some places
400, 500. I'm telling
and
you.
on and on like that. Now, okay, let us even leave the fuel side apart. Now, let us now consider those people that are running POS businesses. Now, they know they can withdraw as much as possible before and run their business on a low-key level. Okay, I charge 100 naira for 2,000 naira. I charge 100 naira for 1,000 naira. I still charge 100 naira for 5,000 naira and on like that. But now where the CBN is coming to give a policy that, okay, individual account cannot do more than 500k in a month, and you are confined to maybe less than 100,000 naira in a week or in a day. So how do you now intend those people that has been managing the little they've been getting from POS to continue to still manage that? Now, by the time in a POS position, you see people that do transaction worth 5 million naira in a day. Okay, let's even say, okay, you are not doing up to 5 million naira transaction a day. It is very easy. Okay, let's even say you are taking just that 500,000 naira and you are using it to run business for that day. Imagine somebody coming to say, I need 200k, I want please sort out 1 or 2 things collected. And that person come, please, I need 100k, and on like that. Before the end of that week, or before the end of that day, safe, or in 2 days, you already spent more than. People are already come to request for more than 500,000. Then how do you expect those people to survive? So I'm just seeing it in the way that the government is making things hard for these people, and the people are also making it. It's not like I'm not supporting those people.
Because I have a question to ask you also.
Yes. No. We're just trying to bring all this thing out together.
I'm also trying to help your own question too. Now, the same way we should be lenient, or the same way we should have pity on the POS people. Now, look at this from the other angle too, because POS now trying to extort people now. Looking at it from the filling station people too, there's lack of work.
Yes.
So you see there's lack of work. The person that charged you 500 now, we should not blame the person also, because it's trying to manage from the little they are providing in the filling station for them to do. What now I'm just saying the bottom line is,
the thing is that the filling station attendant receives his own salary. are you supposed to also be disturbing
Mayor, are we sure?
still
Are
be
we
charging
sure
them
in times
500
like
naira on
this?
keg?
Are we sure in times like this the salary will be complete since they are not doing full months? Yes.
And
Yes.
and also there's even, I feel, due to the lack of cash flow in the economy, like I believe there are still some key individuals in the banking sectors and in the monetary sectors that still have access to these funds, and in a way they are trying to provide it out for people that are doing POS and services like that to people. And I believe, because it has been in our system, an average Nigeria, let's not lie to ourselves, we are always fond of that thing. I believe they are trying to like give out the money to the people that are going to render those services to people, and they are also adding their own money to it. And if they are adding all these outrageous prices to the money that they are giving out to the POS people too, we can't expect them also to now say they are still going to continue with the same rates that they've been using before now. Because for somebody to even have cash, even as a business entity right now, you have to know somebody to have that cash. Because there's no cash flow right now. Even if you go to bank,
I is on point.
if you go to banks and all, they will give you 10 naira, 10 naira, 2,000 naira. Imagine, what will you use that for? They will tell you you can only come and deposit the old funds, and there's no even withdrawal process. You can't withdraw. They are not trying to release money out to people, but they are taking back the old currency. ATMs are not working. You can only use ATMs for transfer. So I believe for POS owners, let's not even lie to ourselves, some POS owners might fold up right now if they don't have those people that are key agents to bringing money out. Because
Likewise,
The truth is that
administration
don't you think
attendants will lose
POS
their jobs.
business
but
will
look at
definitely
this.
run down this period.
Look at this, Dio. I actually
this year.
agree with your point about fine. It is not down to individual POS business owners, right? The supply too is expensive. But another thing we should then look at is those people that are supplying them. Don't you think that they might also be the reason there is scarcity in the first place of these funds? Because at the end of the day, they are the ones creating artificial scarcity. The banks, it's not like CBN is not supplying the banks these notes. But by the time the banks supply these big people that wants to in turn supply the POS, because they want to charge extra money from POS people, obviously POS businesses would increase their own charges too at the end of the day. But then, don't you think these people are the same ones creating that scarcity? Because they are the ones allowing, or they are the ones enabling the banks. I'm not trying to exonerate the banks too. They are enabling the banks to perpetrate this system.
But with the little knowledge I have about what is going on, I think they are actually not really the cause of it, because they are.
Are you saying CBN is not
also
supplying banks enough money?
Exactly.
Exactly. Now, as at last week, I went to the bank with. As at last week, I went to the bank with my mom, and we wanted to get some cash. A day before, my mom went to the bank, and she requested that, okay, I need a new note, and the next thing she will get from the person attending to her is, you cannot get a new note. You either take the old one or you leave it. So even the banks are, yes, that's First Bank for that matter. Even the even from the bank, they will tell you that it also happened to me on Friday, last week Friday. I went to GT Bank to also withdraw. I was given an old note, and you are telling me in 2-3 days time, it will not be valid again. If not because I wanted to use it immediately, banks will tell you that there is no new note available. There are no new notes available. Then CBN will tell you that they've disbursed new notes to all these banks. Then who is telling lie? Is it the banks that are telling lie or CBN? Seriously, we don't understand.
And it is the same thing with fuel too. NMPC will say there's supply.
There's no scarcity.
And then the gas stations are not selling gas. They said they don't have fuel yet. Black market sellers
to toss up and down. Why are they tossing up and down? I don't understand.
It's actually funny though, because I think we have to question banks too, and because I think what the government is we are trying to evolve into a space of where there's limited cash flow outside, and people make use of e-commerce where we transfer e-banking, exactly, where we transfer money to each other and all. But the loophole in this kind of law that you're trying to put in people is that Nigeria has not grown to that stage. We are still way.
We like skipping this.
We are still
I am not
one
sure.
step, 2 to step 3.
I am not sure. Something came to my head now. I am not sure, but I remember when we had the promise election, when all of a sudden people started saying, I dropped my vote, Baba, I dropped my vote to Baba, I dropped my vote. Now, a statement was made on this podcast, and I don't know, artificial, right? So I don't know, maybe it's a known action so that it makes things look difficult for people. Because I think in one of the recent video, Tinubu was faulting his own same administration, which is Buhari, for not doing things, and what the reason why things is
like
going
sabotage and stuff like that.
He's placing it on a person and not the party. So he's saying, vote for me as a party person, but the fault that you guys are experiencing today is Buhari.
He didn't expressly say it is Buhari though.
Yes, but indirectly. So I'm looking at something from a corner that maybe a week or 2 weeks before election, Tinubu will come as a messiah and just watch things turn around. He's making this thing look so difficult for the poor because we don't learn in that country called Nigeria. By the time there's money in circulation, not in the banks, but maybe for people, vote for my person, or maybe there's a scheme they will do that time. It can come up anytime. And you don't see the Israel people. See, if you let 5K go around today in the market, not in the market, on the street of Nigeria, Lagos, they will forget the problems of yesterday.
Honestly.
So the thing that happened is presently the Senate sat down today and they pushed that the old notes should still be in existence and should still be running till I think June, July. And for me, why I think that move was made was because of the election. Because likes of Tinubu is complaining that they didn't allow him to see money.
No. I think that notion is wrong. Let me break it down for you this way. The whole idea of making the new currency in the first place is demonetization policy. The whole idea of it is, okay, people are hoarding this money.
Exactly.
Let us make them bring it into the system so that the cash flow in the system would increase and it will be able to combat inflation. That is the plan.
One thing you didn't know is that
the cash flow in this sense has nothing to do with election. Hold on. It has nothing to do with election per se. The idea is stop hiding money in houses and in buildings around the country. Bring it into the system. Let there be cash flow, right? And those people that are hoarding it, they are forced to spend it. That is point number one. Point number two is, on Tinubu's own case, the issue he is talking about is the complaints. Let me tell you one funny thing. If you think Tinubu has a vault in his house where he's storing naira, I can assure you that the moment they change that currency, he has changed all the money in his vault. He doesn't need to. He would not. Those rich people that we think will be worried, they have access to where they will get this new currency already. The money Tinubu wants to spend for this election, he has changed everything to new notes. I can assure you. So he is not even worried.
Very true.
This is what
the issue. Tinubu's own
new notes doesn't last. If the new notes 3 weeks to 4 weeks, 1 month, what you wash?
No, the thing is,
doesn't last.
the issue Tinubu has right now is you are making life difficult for people. It is not just about the currency itself. You are making life difficult for people ahead of an election. And when people are angry, they take it out on the party, on the ruling party. At the end of it, that's where the sabotage comes in. You get?
I get all this.
But
this is the thing. If you can't hold the phone,
before sabotage, I can tell you that there's what is happening today. There's a plan in place for it. If you can't tell me the government or people are not seeing what's happening, I'm telling you, 5,000, 1,000, Indomie, bread, polo will solve Nigeria problem tomorrow. That's my problem with Nigeria. If we can,
what you are saying is that by the time they make things very hard, by the time they share money, people will quickly forget their
exactly. I don't vote for Tinubu.
Do you know?
Exactly. I don't vote for Tinubu.
You know, we are like the same way we are rubbing minds together. So there are variety of school of thoughts to this thing, because in Nigeria now, I think. Let's bring it down to when we want to vote in our localities and all. We know how sometimes these things are run. We know how they will tell you, okay, who are you trying to vote for? And they will give you maybe 5k or 10k. They will try to give you, that is if you are you obliged to the corruption system. They will give you the 5k and you go and vote for the person that they want. Yeah. There's also a school of thought that is now saying they are trying to like curb that kind of situation now.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. I shouldn't say would you want to vote for the next election, but let me say this. If the person you want to vote for, you have already made up your mind to vote for, comes and say,
PVC. Go get a PVC.
Go get your PVC.
Get a PVC.
If the person you want to
English no go solve the matter.
If the person you want to vote for comes to tell you, look, okay, you already know that's the person you want to vote for, and he now gives you 10k on top of voting for him, will you take it? All right, I think it's time for us to round up this segment so that we don't drag on this topic for too long. Honestly, if we want to look at it strand for strand, it's going to take us forever. But I'm sure next time again we're going to have another interesting topic to talk about, and we hope you join us. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll talk again later.
Peace out.